I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Graciela.
And today we're going to talk about the State of the Union addresses given by President Barack Obama in 2016 and 2012. And we're going to just compare and contrast them.
Yeah. And one of the first issues that we're going to talk about is about the foreign affairs and immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And what we noticed is that in 2012, he talked about how he wanted to resolve the problem of immigration. And we read in the 2016 speech that he said that it got worse, or he didn't say it, but you could tell that it got worse.
It was getting worse because right now in 2016 we have a lot of problems with ISIS and Al Qaeda, and we're having Syrian immigrants come in and they're refugees and they want a refugee here. And instead of fixing the problem, I think we kind of made it worse.
And with I think that you could see that Donald Trump is a one person who's trying to
he has a lot.
He's
a very opinionated person. And right now, where we have all the elections and we also have things going on with, I guess, foreignly in the Middle East, it's getting worse and worse. And I think instead of fixing it, he kind of made it worse. And you got to remember, in 2012, Osama bin Laden was no longer a threat to America, and 10,000 troops were coming back home when he gave that speech from Iraq, and they were, coming back home, and, it was just kind of like everything was starting to calm down.
Yeah, and, I think that Barack Obama didn't know that it was going to, obviously he didn't know that it was going to be an issue later on in 2016, but it has got an issue. You could tell that the border police people have, we think have gotten a little lazy on the issue of trying to stop people crossing over. Not just in Mexico, but maybe also
around,
you could tell
the U.S.
Yeah, Donald Trump also has tried to make the people who are Muslim not come here because it's already an issue with trying to stop people who are coming from Mexico.
Yep. Okay. So it's a very big controversy. I think our take on it is that we should have never took on that role of foreign policies.
I think it was too much of a big issue
to take on at that time.
Yeah, and we didn't know it was going to get worse.
And you got to also realize this: our economy was bad at the time because we were just coming back from a recession, and it's something that left millions of Americans without jobs, and we were just coming back from that. We had businesses that were outsourcing,
that were shutting down because they didn't have enough money to
provide the workers,
to keep coming up, and
it was hard on average Americans. I mean, obviously, not to say the more opulent, wealthy people that they were doing all right, but the average American was struggling very hard because they had just lost their jobs.
Also, at the same time, their taxes were
skyrocketing.
Yeah, they were getting higher and higher, and they couldn't handle as much of the taxes. But the wealthy people, on the other hand, were fine because they had this money.
And tax brackets were different. They were taxing them, I think, below 40%.
And I feel like back then they didn't really care that the wealthy people had. They're like, oh, they could pay it, but I feel like they never really thought about the middle class or even lower than the middle class to think of paying about the taxes. Like, how can they pay?
It's still controversial today because we have Obamacare, we have all these programs that are put into place, and a lot of Americans do not agree with it. They do not agree with all these policies that have been put into place. And then American industry and its innovation, he wanted to innovate America, and I don't think for all these policies that he wanted, I don't think it was the right time to put all these in.
I feel like technology-wise has gotten a lot better, with innovations and everything, but I feel like if you look at nowadays phones and everything, do we really need that?
We don't need that too much.
We need technology maybe that can help maybe medically for doctors to help people resolve cures and everything.
Because right now he does want to take action with AIDS and HIV.
Yeah, and he said that he wanted medical research is critical right now, and he wants to
dabble in that. And also, technology has made a lot of problems for Iran and the nuclear and our nuclear. So I think overall, some things that he did do well for us, but I think sometimes I think we just need to take a step back. I think
the issues that he did take upon were great, but other issues he just didn't do very well on.
So I think that's our opinion on like what his speeches were and how they're different and how it could have been better or different.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.